Hello everyone, and welcome to the Korean Grand Prix. So it is of course an Apex Online Racing with the league race, and as usual you join me on my out lap then for my qualifying lap. And as you can see here, I've already set a time of 1 minute 36.192, but definitely not happy with that. It's not a bad lap, but I believe my PB was a 0.8 around there, so theoretical best was definitely a 0.7, but not much faster than that. So it's not bad, a few tenths off my best, but can definitely do better than that. You can see taking it very, very easy on the out lap here. Just trying to get a pretty good start if I can. A good, save the tyres is what I'm on about for this lap, because it does actually help quite a bit when you go slow on the out lap. So here we go then. Using all my curves on the final corner, full throttle for the run to the course, up through gears, making sure I'm on rich there. Just use all my curves to pull the line. DRS is wide open now for the run to the first corner, braking just after you get to the curve on the right hand side there. Very late braking right down to first gear. Can I get it slowed down? Yes, I can. Just about. Just clip the curb there. Run quite wide on the exit, but don't run out past that white line there. And it's a little bit slippery on the exit there, but you do get away with it. And just once again, making sure I'm on rich there, using just about half my curves for the exit of that corner, up through the gears once again. Then for the end of this very long straight, braking. I think it's just about as we get to the curve on the left hand side here. Is it? Yes, it is, just before we get to the curb, right down to first gear, get it turned in, just gets close to that curb, which was sweet there. Good exit, and that's pretty much a perfect first set. I don't think you could do much better than that if you tried. Rest of my curves then, and a rich mixture, and I am actually a tenth and a half up, so quite a bit up. Already on for possibly a 35, which would be very good. Keep it nice and tight for that corner, which I managed to do nicely. Quick stab of the throttle, back on the brakes, down to first gear, turned in, once again, clip the apex. Quick stab of the throttle, once again, a little bit of wheel spin, doesn't matter there. And just make sure you get it turned into the apex, and so you can get a sweet exit there as well. Up through the gears, up the hill then. Absolutely flat out this next section. Just up through the gears here, up into 6th, easily flat, no problems at all. Next corner then, move down to 4th gear, briefly back up to 5th, hard on the throttle, then all over the curbs, braking very late there, just as you get the car straightened up, right up to 1st gear, clip the first apex, a little bit wide on the exit there. You want to try and avoid that curve if you can, up to rich, once again, making sure I am fully in rich. Might have to check on this lap, just touch the rev up to a 4th there, right down to 2nd gear, touch the curb, so you can get a nice sweet line for the second part, bouncing a little bit too much on the curb, but we'll get away with it. 3 tenths up then, so it's on for potentially a PB, a little bit wide on the grass there, but managed to keep inside the track at least, taking lots and lots of curb in this final sector, then really pushing now right down to 1st gear, get it all turned in, and been a bit of a scruffy final sector, but not bad at all. Other than that, it's pretty much perfect lap. Full throttle now for the run to line, on the curb a little bit then, so can I improve my time, can I beat Onish to pole as well for now, and let's have a look. I can indeed, a 1 minute 35.965, so not far off my PB, only 10th off my PB then, but we'll go again. This is the final lap then, just 5 seconds after you cross the line there. You can see Onage is just ahead of us, and he's currently only in 3rd position, you can see there, but he can definitely improve. I think our PBs are both very, very similar, so we're going to be pushing very, very hard for this final lap then, but pretty much perfect first couple of sectors there, so I'll be pretty amazed if we can get anywhere near those times, or I can at least. But I think there's definitely a little bit of time to be had in the final sector, not a lot though. Must be said, but braking very late out there. Just a couple of stabs at the turn in there, getting even close to that curve that time, and even close to the exit curve as well. Just missing both of them though. Rest of my curves then, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little bit down this lap. Let's have a look, making sure I'm on rich once again there. And it's actually up. That's very surprising. A couple of hundredths up, or 100th and a half up. Braking late there, sticking nicely inside there though. Nice lot of wheel spin on the exit, down to first, get it all turned in. A little bit wider this time, bit wheel spin to flick it over to the right. And I braked a little bit too late there though, completely missed my apex. Way off the apex there. That definitely cost me probably about a 10th there straight away. So a bit of a disappointing lap compared to the last one, but it was almost perfect the last lap, wasn't it? So just going to keep pushing now though, really need to push over the limit now to try and improve this lap. And sweet corner there, just touch the inside curb, right down to first gear, get it all turned in, hopefully avoid the curb on the exit, which I managed to do. A little bit of a slide on the exit there, but we'll get away with that. Up for the gears once again, so see if we can have a sweeter this section, and a little bit wider this time. Can I get a better line through here? Not really, no, just touch the curb, that was not better, and there we go, confirmation there, lost 10th and a half in the middle sector. A little bit wide down the exit once again, not quite so wide. Need to absolutely nail this final sector now though, so let's really go, let's really push it, right down to first gear then. Full throttle now for the run to line, round this final corner, nail the curb there. Up through the gears, here we go, run to line, 1 minute 35.965 to beat, which is already pretty much a PB. Can I improve that lap further? Oh, just gone on pole, and can I improve that? Yes, I can, to take pole position, then a 1 minute 35.897. So I must have found about 2 tenths in that final sector, so definitely, well, a 0.6 was on the cards, wasn't it? Just about, if I managed to perfect all them sectors, but just once again, look how close it is to me and Onage there, just 300ths of a second. Gaston doing a very good job to get 3rd place there, just 2 tenths back, and what a qualifying session once again. Both improving at the death there and just improving slightly. So straight into the setup then, 2-1 wings, 51-48 high large brakes, so slightly more rear with the normal, 111 balance, 11-111 suspension. I've already used that a couple of times before. Gear ratio just like that, full left camber, full right toe, so slightly higher ride height of course to gain a bit of straight line speed down the main straight, and a little bit towards the rearward on the braking just to help me stop blocking the tyres, particularly in that the tight chicane at the end of the very long back straight. So then, strategy looks like we're pitting on lap 5 for a set of primes, and then go 9 laps to lap 14 for another set, and then another 9 laps to lap 23, which then take us 5 laps on options to the end then. So it sounds like a pretty good strategy to me. And we'll see how we get on during the race. So here we go then, grid. I am on pole position. That's a relatively rare occurrence. It's the same in second there because someone quit. Quite often says that when someone quits, it for some reason promotes them to pole effectively, but of course they've quit, so they're not really there. But anyway then, so on the grid then, as I said, pole position ahead of Ownage. That's quite a rare occurrence really. Up to Rich there. Was that Rich already? No, that was Lean actually, saving a bit of fuel on the grid. Straight up to Rich then, so going to build up the revs now. And the lights are out then, so straight away then, away from the grid, trying to minimise wheel spin, getting a good exit, doing a pretty good job of it there. A little bit of wheel spin, but Ownage is already more or less up alongside. I'm not going to use any curves though, going to brake late, leaving plenty of room, or just about enough room really on the inside. A little bit wide on the exit there though, but I had a better first call than Ownage at least. Going to use lots of curves now to try and defend for him because he will be all over my slipstream down this straight. Going to use all of my curves, not quite actually. So about 100k curves, not too much. And he's gaining on me here through the slipstream. We're going to have to defend here on the inside. And here we go then. Stay to the middle of the track. Going to give him some room on the outside. And right down to first gear. He's had a go on the outside there. Fake goose pirate, unfortunately, already disconnected there. Needs to have a sweet X now. He's right on the outside. I've had a slightly better X down in bit of curves, but I'm sure he'll have more curves than me. And he does indeed. Look at him charging on the outside now. And just sucking in underneath me there. Just getting a tiny little bit of slipstream, but hopefully I can defend right in the middle of the track, though. Not an optimal line at all. He might be able to cut back under me here. Does he? He does indeed. I think he does. No, not quite. I should have the inside line as long as he doesn't duck back up the inside here, which he doesn't. So I'm now in the lead, but he might get better exit than me here. Oh, bit of a wheel spin there from me, but just about managed to get a good enough exit to keep Ownage at bay by the smallest of margins, really. But he's fallen back from me, actually, so he must have had a bad exit relative to me. To standard now, then, need to be a little bit conservative with the fuel. The fuel is a little bit lighter on this track. So straight to standard then. A little bit deep there straight away, but not too bad. Could definitely be worse. And Ownage just falling back just a little bit from me there. We're on the same tyres, unlike last race. Both on option tyres. And I know tyre wear is quite marginal at this track, and Ownage just particularly suffer from high tyre wear. And pretty sweet so far then. Already 4 tenths up on him then. Of course, lots of dirty air for him. Half a second back to Gaston. So I need to try and now push to see if I can pull out the gap to Ownage. It'd be amazing if I can. It's a pretty rare occurrence, that, to be honest. He's so quick that it's almost impossible, really, to be faster than Ownage. But it's possible. I showed that in Spa, didn't I? Closing him down in the final stages. So 8 tenths then, so I managed to pull out the gap a little bit further. No DRS yet, of course, not till next lap. So a little bit wide there. Get away with that. To be careful on the throttle because I was all over that dirty outside of the track there. And using half my curves then. He's going to gain on me, but won't be close enough to overtake, I wouldn't imagine. No, nowhere near close enough. So I'm going to be a nice distance back. I've gone to Richmond just to make sure I can stay plenty ahead of him. Braking a little bit early now. Just being a little bit conservative. Don't want to be pushing the limits just yet. And nice sweet exit for me there. Really good. Actually pulled out a lot from him on that exit. And using the rest of my curves then for the exit that last corner. What's the gap now? 4 tenths then. Or half a second more or less. Just managed to gain 3 tenths on me there in the first step on the slipstream, and just a little bit of oversteer there on the exit. I do get away with it though. And the rears aren't really limited on this track as long as you don't really burn them up. It's the fronts that are limited. And got a little bit wide there on the curb. That is, some might be his line though, I'm not too sure. There's a potential line going right out on the curb there, but I personally avoid it. So down to 4th now then. And wide there, right down to 1st, turn it in. And only wants to get a little bit wide there. I think I might be gaining on him once again while he's in the dirty air. Just push in and just seeing if I can pull out the gap. You get quite a bit of dirty air in Korea. This middle sector is so dependent on downforce, but the first sector so isn't. And lots of curb there actually. Ended up cutting the corner. Need to be careful of that. And just 6 tenths back from him then, or he's back from me rather. And almost a second to Gaston now though, so he's lost a little bit of time. But only will get DRS then. Not this lap, not this straight, rather next straight if he's just under a second inside me, is he? And I think he might just about get it, depends on his first corner, but he's a little way back, so he shouldn't be able to challenge me anyway, even if he does get DRS. So we'll skip ahead then. So now what is lap 5? Straight into the pits then, by the looks of it. Yes, we are indeed. Ownage has already pitted. He pitted 1 lap early. So a bit of a conservative pit stop there from him. Once again, worried about the tyre, I'd imagine. So hope we have a good clean pit stop here. Don't get held up by anyone coming into the pits. There's a few people coming in now, but do we get held up? We do get held up by about a second. Could have been worse. But 1 second, we'll deal with that. We'll manage that. But Ownage will be coming on the pit straight now, no doubt. And I expect that will have already gifted him the lead. Probably already had it because he was undercut. And he's not there yet, though. Where is he? There he is. So I might have been just about ahead of him, but didn't get held up by a second then. We've been very close anyway, that's for sure. And using lots of my curves there. DRS is now open. I did just about manage to sneak DRS in. That's why I used some curves there just to see if I could get DRS, and I have indeed. Closing down now, ordering the rev limiter in his slipstream as well. Don't know where to brake, so I'll brake about right actually. There might have been, of course, modulating the brake pedal there to get just about the right amount of braking. Obviously, I don't know now. a little while ago this race. Not long ago now though. We're starting to catch up. Only I think it was a week or two ago this race. So maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but I don't think it was that long ago. So yeah, just half a second behind him now though. So he has managed to get past me, but it's very, very close. And of course I'm going to have 1 lap pressure tyres. A little bit too much wheel spin there. Just need a nice clean exit now though, which I've not really managed to get. It's not bad, but I had to use the curb to make sure I didn't get any wheel spin. I've still got the curves left then to use down hopefully the pit straight. And only just very close to the car, then you get lots and lots of dirty air. He'll be losing lots of time because of that. Some sort of McLaren, not sure who it is. What we see here, yes, real premium. Hitting the curb inside there, you really don't want to hit that curb. That's really quite a big curb. Do not want to be hitting it at all. And so 6th position now then. Only just in 5th of course, just ahead of me. And definitely look how close I am to him now then. Premium runs very wide there. Expect being going to be holding Ownage up, but he does indeed. Push Ownage a little bit wide. I'm going to have a look on his outside, but no, he just squeezes me there. And I'm very close to him now. I'm going to have dive at the inside here. Right at the inside, braking very late down to 1st, but no, didn't quite manage to do it. That's not really an overtaken spot. That was just opportunistic for me more than anything. Trying to get the power down, but struggling there. Going to Rich now, and I've got some curves as well, which should help me gain on Ownage. And it is indeed. Look at this, reeling him in with a slipstream as well. He's got DRS, so have I. And not really close enough to overtaking this first corner. Everyone brakes pretty much at the same point. And cut the corner a little bit there. Did take a couple of stabs at it, trying to avoid that, but his fronts gave better grip than I imagined happening. And he's already alongside of them, which is good, because that means he's not getting any slipstream, but I am. I'm all up in the slipstream with Treatment here. Used all of my curves, and I've got DRS then, so very, very quickly, already past Treatment. Then gonna have a look at Ownage over on the outside. Can I outbrake him here? Braking very late. I'm going to outbrake him. He squeezes me on the braking. And oh, we saw the hand come up there, which means we were being pushed. I believe Treatment had a little look at the inside of Ownage there and pushed the both of us. So I could have got the move done cleanly there, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out like that. Ownage must have had a bit of curves. He's around the outside now then. Can I outbrake him into this corner? I'm going to have to. Braking very late there, keeping the car straight for a little bit longer than I would normally, just to try and avoid the inside from locking. And he's not quite managed to get alongside me this time. So as long as he doesn't lunge up the inside of me now, which I wouldn't imagine he will do. And no, we are ahead of him. And good exit there as well. So once again, we're back ahead of Ownage then, of course, our championship rival. Need to try and pull out from now if I can. But it's been a pretty close race, isn't it? Only on lap 7. It's been pretty intense so far. He's closed me down there, but not an overtaking spot from here. Oh, got a little bit hooked on the curb there. Caused a bit of a slide. Actually helped me through the corner though. Dragged my car into the inside there. And he ran a little bit wide there. Definitely slower than me in the middle sector. And I believe he's actually running slightly higher wing than me as well. And I think he's running 4-1 if I remember correctly. He did tell me after the race that run very wide there. Lots of understeer. And again, wide there, right out on the grass. Not optimal at all. Am I going to run wide here again? Nearly. Very, very close indeed. Getting lots of understeer right now. Not sure why I'm expecting more grip, but apparently I am. Just squirming there, trying to get the power down. Trying to get away from Ownage, because he's of course going to get DRS down the straight. I would imagine he looks close enough to me. And what is the gap now? Just 7/10 seconds. We will definitely have DRS here and undoubtedly the next straight unless he makes a big mistake, which I can't see happening with Ownage. Just licking the inside curb there, which you don't want to do. Just unsettles the rear there. Use a bit of curves and Rich. How much curves am I going to use? All of it. I'm going to use absolutely all of it. Just a little bit scared of Ownage with the DRS there. As Firkins managed to flash us up there. 39.5. Very quick lap actually. Must be said. See if I can go any quicker now that I'm in the clean air on this next lap. Oh, just touching the inside curb there. You do not want to be doing that. That's a very, very big curb to touch. You can avoid that if you can. That's allowed. Ownage should be very close to me indeed. And here he comes. Then he must have saved a lot of curves. Going to have to go to the inside now to defend. Force him to go on the outside. Come back over then to take the racing line. Right down to first gear. Get it all slowed down. He's still there though. He's hanging around the outside. Going to give him a bit of space there. Push him to the inside for this next corner then. But oh, bit of contact there. But he will now. I will now get the inside for this next corner. And he's still there though. Still there. Going to have to give him a bit of room. He's still going to be there. And he's still there. I think I've just managed to get a slightly better exit landing though. Just pulling out at my head. Not quite. I turned in hoping I was ahead, but I wasn't quite ahead. A little bit of contact there. But in this game you can get away with that sort of thing. No, barely any. Well, it was a damage model, but pretty weak damage model. And virtually non-existent penalty system. Really useless penalty system. So you can get away doing things like that. Games like iRacing, absolutely not. You cannot get away with things like that. You'll just damage your car or spin out or something will happen. So you can get away with it here though. But now nice and close to Smuffer ahead, who I don't think is pitted yet. So he's still on the prime tyres he started the race with, and a bit of a cleaner sector now. Not cutting or extending. Look how close I am to him now. He really is. Must have very one tyres. Every braking zone I'm closing in on him. And I'm going to get DRS on him then. Did I go to Rich then? Missed that. I think I went to standard actually. And that tyre's already starting to weigh. You see on the right side there, but close to Kifler, but not close enough to get the overtake. I want the DRS on the next straight if I can, so I'm going to stay behind him here and braking. And it just suddenly pulls up to me there, and I actually lag bubbled him there. I'm going to have to wait for him, and unfortunately that's going to allow Ownage past. And just holding up for Smuffer. They're giving a bit of a push, really. Didn't really mean to, but didn't really have a choice. I just couldn't get past him after that. Just felt too wrong, but now I've got DRS and slipstream then. Miles too back to have a look at a move though, so We'll just stay behind him once again as... oh, brake very late there and right back behind him and almost made contact with both Smuffler and Ownage there. And unfortunately, that pushed me right out wide. You can see there, lost lots of positions. Went from... would have been third if I got past Smuffler, right down to 7th place then. So 3 positions I lost there, not including Smuffler. So lots and lots of time, unfortunately. And I can tell you with the benefit of hindsight, I didn't expect him to brake so early in the first corner, so hit him and of course had to let him through. And then down the next straight, of course, you saw how far back I was from him, miles back. So I thought, well, I'm not even going to look at the inside here. Normally I would look at the inside anyway, just in case that sort of thing happens. But of course he was in the middle of the track, so I didn't want to dive right up his inside. So I went, well, okay, I'll stick to the outside then, since he's going to have a look at Ownage up the inside in the middle there. And next thing I knew, he was right in front of me. I had to take avoiding action. Did very well to almost get the car slowed down, actually. My wheel didn't lock right at the end there. It's actually let me through now. I said on TeamSpeak you didn't need to do that, mate, because completely unnecessary. That was totally my fault there. Contacted me and that slowed him down as well. But yeah, that was my bad. The second one was completely by surprise. First one was completely my fault. Second one was kind of a racing incident because he braked so early. But nice to go to Firkin now. Gonna get DRS, I'd imagine. But yeah, I almost got it slowed down. Like I said, if I didn't lock my outside tyre just right at the end there, I would have probably just about managed to stay on the track. But having to avoid Ownage as well was the final straw, really. And I've got DRS now. Having a look at the inside of Firkin, then he's not going to defend, so I'm going to try and outbrake him here. Right up to first gear, get it all slowed down, take nice lots of curve there, give him a bit of extra room on the outside, and it looks like he's not got a great exit there. And I'm already ahead then. So, bit of a surprise move. I thought Firkin was going to defend there, but just opted not to. And I've used all of my curves here trying to defend. I'm not going to get DRS, unfortunately. And he has got DRS, so I'm going to stay right to the middle of the track. Then he can have a look around the outside if he wants to. He's not managed to outbrake me, so just get it all slowed down. Keep it nice and tidy on the exit. Which is not what I've done at all. Bit of wheel spin there on the exit, and he's very close behind me. We'll have curves as well, so I'm going to defend here. And he will not be on the outside, so hopefully I can do what I've done lots of times during this race and just defend through here. Right up to first gear, which I've managed to do pretty sweet. A little bit of wheel spin the exit. He's on my outside, but no, moved down pretty much. Unless he dives at me inside here, but no, not going to happen. Clean exit, and that is it. Oh, we managed to have a look at him inside there, though. But I think we'll get away with that. He is alongside me, but he's going to be on the outside, and yep, moved on then. So he certainly challenged me a little bit there, but more or less let me through in the first corner, and then challenged me thereafter. But it wasn't quite enough as I run a little bit deep there. You saw the car just understeering there on the entry. That usually means you've probably locked your rears or something like that. The car's just not settled. So I've hit the curb there, not on over here at all. See if I can close down Kiffer now then ahead. There's a bit of grass coming up from someone. Looks like someone's holding them up once again. And is that another one of the Saubers? No, that's a Mercedes. And it can't be Ownage. Looks like I'm new up. Looks like Ownage is out in the lead now. Gaining a lot on time on me, of course, especially as I've been battling. Not just my mistake, but with my battling. And I might actually just about get DRS here. I'm on -1 of fuel, but I'm going to Rich anyway for now. I've already now gone back to standard in the Mercedes pits. That was chicane. Onage's teammate Ownage is out in the lead. And I did just about manage to get DRS in, just 8 tenths between us. And looks like Kiffer's had a look at the inside there, but that's not worked at all. So I'm going to be nice and close to him now. Then going to get well within his DRS zone. Am I going to use any curves? I am. A little bit of curves. Not all of it though. Going to save that for the next straight, I'd imagine. In his slipstream now, DRS is wide open. And will he have a look at the car ahead? Don't think he'll quite be close enough, to be honest. He's going to have a look anyway though. But no, just can't outbrake him there. Down to first gear. I managed to be closing everyone down when you're braking, don't I? Has he gone to the inside there though? Must have a bit of wheel spin on the exit there, or possibly hit the curb. And I'm going to use all my curves here right up his inside, and that's going to be pretty much moved done even before we get to the corner, to be honest. And as long as it's not outbrake me, which he's managed to do, but I don't expect to be able to hold on the outside there, no. So moved on, and Kifler then. Gaston is next. I'm working my way back up through this field, aren't I? Driving with anger now after that mistake. Just really trying to push and get back up through the field. Can't gift Ownage the win this easily, because of course it will compromise my championship quite heavily. Gone to Rich now just to make sure Kifler doesn't get anywhere near me. But no, it looks like moved done, so I should probably be on lean. There we go. I'm on lean now. So, but yeah, like I say, and it seems to be like I'm braking much later than everyone else for some reason on this track. Braking really very, very late. And I haven't found anyone that's braking later than me at the moment. I know a few of them have worn tyres, but even Kifler there, brake quite a lot later than him. So there's a bit of a surprise. Ownage overtaking him on the outside as well, braking much later than him. So seems to have very late braking on this track. I'm a little bit wide there, but get away with it. Just a second then to Gaston, so I need to try and push now to try and get the DRS. I've run a little bit wide there, that's going to compromise my line for the next corner. Bouncing over the curb, going to run a little bit wide here as well on the dirty track, and I might not get DRS then. That was a relatively poor final sector there. Am I going to pit? They've gone to primes. No, I'm not. Not pitting just yet. Tyres are worn, and Kiffer's going to have a go at me. They're not going to bother defending that because he's such a pace advantage on me, and he will get DRS and I won't, so net on the inside there, but he's not managed to get the move done, so I'm going to squeeze on the first apex here. Oh, bit of wheel spin there. I don't think there's any contact, but I'm now ahead of him, but he'll be very close to me and probably be able to get past. I'll use all my curves. No, I'm going to use half my Kers to try and defend some. I just want to then hopefully use all of it so I can get back past him on the next straight. And going to look at the inside now then. He managed to break later than me then, despite what I just said. He's run deep there though. Oh, that was a poor exit from me there. That would have been good. I was right up in his grill now. I could have then used some Kers and possibly got past him, but no, not with that kick of oversteer there on the exit with the wheel spin. And I brake very late there, almost touch him, and just reproved my point there of me braking late and everyone else. That was my normal braking point, and just had to, I only ran wide because I had to delay my turning to avoid hitting Kifler. And very close indeed there. But I just need to push now then, see if I can stick with Kifler. Gaston's managed to pull out a bit of a gap. I wonder if my tyre's a bit more worn than anyone else's. Always battling on doing all up in the Dirty Air course. Maybe just a little way ahead, but not miles ahead. Now you can see him there. I know his tyre wear's not great, so might still be on the cards to win here. If only doesn't have a great race, but usually this sort of thing would mean that's it, only just got the win. Because very consistent driver, of course, very quick. Not a lot you can do really from there. But as we learned in Spa, never ever give up. Oh, the curb just there. Bounced me wide. Right onto the grass. Just clumping that curb, but managed to stay on the track that time. Get it down to first. Get it all turned in. Trying to get on the floor on the exit. Managed to do it pretty sweetly that time. Am I going to pit this lap? Am I? No, I'm not then, so I will probably pit next lap, will I? I can't remember when I'm supposed to be pitting. Lap 12 at the moment, lap 13 now. And we will skip ahead then to the end of lap 13, so it was the end of that lap that we just saw there. I'm pitting, so we only just missed the middle part of that lap, really getting also down, trying not to extend there. Managed to do that nicely. And on lean now then for the pits. Still on -1 of fuel, so we'll need to conserve fuel at some point. For now, I'm just concentrating on battling. See how we get ahead of these guys, and don't get out at this time. 3.2 though. A couple of tenths slower than usually on the pits, but that's not the end of the world. And I think only just still out. I could be wrong. Who's that there? That could be on that chicane there. His teammate, and there's a couple of cars alongside me. They have to run very wide there because I knew they were side by side and just about managed to squeeze past them. Had a better exit than them, but that was close, wasn't it? Just had to give them loads of room and just kept a hair's width inside the track because I don't want to be running all the way off the circuit, of course. And they were squeezing each other, so then that allowed me to get a nice exit there. Right onto first. I've outbraked myself there. They're completely going to ride me right off the curb. Hopefully they don't get past me behind. And no, they ran each other off the circuit, so not managed to get past me, which is good for me. But that was just me. I think actually I braked at the right point, but I was too soft on the brakes. I quite often do that when I'm on new tyres. Don't want to lock them up, of course. They haven't got full grip yet, so just a little bit too cautious with the brake pedal, not pressing it 100%. You know, not pressing it as much as I would normally. And just causes, of course, not as much braking effort, and causes me to run a little bit wide there. So I'm on standard for now then. -1, I imagine I'll go to lean just about now, will I? Not gone to lean yet then, so obviously want to catch chicane first. And he's run wide there though, that's definitely cost him time. Enabled me to close right up to him. Hopefully we'll now get DRS on the next straight. And to do to clear him relatively quickly. He's of course on more worn tyres than me. Not sure how much more worn actually, but they're definitely more worn regardless. And yeah, 8 tenths behind him now then. So try and stick with him if I can. Almost went off the track there, very close, taking a lot of grass there. Grass doesn't really punish you on this game anymore. It used to in the last game, but for some unknown reason they decided to remove that. So the grass no longer really punishes you. And out through the gears here then. All in his slipstream will definitely get DRS, but won't get overtaken in the first corner, I imagine. But I'd like to be nice and close to him to overtake him in the next corner. And just 4 tenths back then, braking very late, pretty close to him there. Just clip that curve once again, which is not the ideal way through there, but it needs to need a sweet exit now, and that will be move done. So hopefully I can do it. Using all of my curves actually just to make sure of it, and he's going to go to the inside there, so I'm not going to argue with that. Going to go on the outside here. He's dived into my slipstream there, but he's way too far back already. Right down to first gear, braked a little bit early there. Just hope he doesn't get an amazing exit, which he doesn't. He's a little way back already. Yeah, look at that. Good exit there, so he's not shouldn't be anywhere near. But look at this, he must have used all of his curves. Absolutely monster me down that straight. And I have to defend that, and he's going to be trying to stick around the outside, and he's still there. Going to have to give him a bit of room, but no, he's backed out of it. So fair play to him there. That was good planning. Yeah, of course, must have saved. Well, I think he must have saved all of his curves because he was a long way back and had a worse exit, and then suddenly he was right on me. So pretty impressive stuff there. Must have been on Rich and had all his curves. I'm probably could run in 1-1 or something because that was a lot of straight line speed he had there, but. That's okay. Managed to stay ahead of him now then. And unfortunately, as you can see there, Onage has actually disconnected from the race. So the effective leader of this race and my, of course, main championship rider has disconnected. You'll remember, I don't think it was last season, I think it was the season before. He did have a few disconnection issues and that effectively gifted me the championship, unfortunately. Looks like they've returned to haunt him in this particular race, and he has disconnected once again. We of course did disconnect in Monaco during qualifying, but I managed to get back in. But once you disconnect from the race, that's it. There's no coming back from that. So that is him out of this race, scoring nil points. Not 1 point for him then. So that's going to give me a big boost in the championship for sure if I can score good points, which I imagine I will. But it's been one of the more competitive races, hasn't it? It's been now skip ahead to lap 21, which will become 22. And usually that would effectively give me the win in a lot of races, but this race has been very competitive with Kiffler and Gaston, and who are just behind me now. So the win is definitely not necessarily, easy. It's on the cards, but it's easier said than done with those mistakes I've made. And I have now figured out that I believe they're doing one less pit stop than me. And 38.8 there from Kiffler. Getting also down that, turn it in. So that's a pretty quick lap actually. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now, but I can tell you that right now, I think they've made their final pit stop. Like I say, I think they did one less pit stop than me, but I could be wrong. But look at my tyres. They're not actually really that one. I can't remember what lap I pitted. Was it lap 14, I think? So I've been on about 8 laps, but they're not really too bad. And there's only 6 laps left to go. So right now, I was thinking, shall I stay out or shall I pit for option tyres like I planned? And I was shooting a bit next lap. And I was thinking, well, I could make it to the end. I could well make it to the end. And I don't think I'm going to close down the gap. I missed the gap, unfortunately, there. I think it's about 10 seconds to Kiffler. I don't think I'm going to be able to close that down if I pit. I'll be amazed if I can, unless the tyres really go off. So shall I risk it and stay out? And I believe my tyres probably will go off before the end, but if I can maintain enough pace, I might just about be able to sneak the win, and there will be probably a last lap battle. And see that, just 300s down on my previous, so pretty consistent stuff at the moment. So I'm a little bit wide there, but get away with it. And the gap to Kiffler 6.9, so only 7 seconds then, so not a lot of gap at all. So I think now I decided to pit. Do I pit? I do indeed. So they're very wide there. It's been quite aggressive with my pit entry, but yeah, like I said, I was very much torn about that. Only 6 laps left to go, but he would only need to be just over a second a lap faster than me, which sounds like a lot, but I think he already was about a second lap faster than me. Then towards the end of the race, when my tyres died, he would have just absolutely monstered me. So I decided to go for a set of option then. It looks like some cars coming down the pit straight here. Well, I need to stay ahead of them so I can then push, and I'm going to stay ahead of them by quite a margin there. They're not going to get DRS, so that's good. But reminiscent of Spa, isn't it, this race? Now I am on brand spanking new option tyres, just 5 laps left to go, so not very long at all. And I just need to absolutely push like hell now and see if I can close them down. I'll be surprised because they're very quick, and the tyres not all that warm, and I've run a little bit deep there straight away. But just need to absolutely wring every single lap out. Qualifying lap after qualifying lap is what I need, because 10 seconds is the gap in 5 laps. I need to be 2 seconds a lap quicker than them, which is virtually impossible, to be honest with you. My only hope realistically is if they either start battling heavily or their tyres go off. And but to be honest with you, it's looking bleak at the moment, but as always, never ever give up. The race is never over until it's over. So absolutely going to push the limits now then, really pushing hard. See if I can get the win. Still getting the moment, getting used to the grip. You see that, braking quite late, but still managing to actually beat the apex there, hitting the curb, which you didn't want to do. So just gonna absolutely wring the neck, and like I said, not quite used to these tyres yet, so still just feeling my way around really. 12.5 seconds in, so it's 9.7. So I think it's already gone down, hasn't it? What was it? Oh, my memory's so bad. Someone commented on that recently, that my memory, we need to work on my memory because it's so bad, and it is, and unfortunately there's not a lot I can do about it. I have just got a appalling memory, and I think it was 10 seconds, wasn't it? So getting a few tenths in that middle sector then, but we'll count it across this entire lap then, so it's fair. My tyres are now warmed up, I'm now used to the grip pretty much. So 9.6 then, so getting a tenth in that final sector. I'll try and remember 9.6 seconds, we'll see if I actually do or not, but 9.6. Come on, let's remember that. Hopefully get a purple lap as well, which you'd hope that I will do on the option tyres, and they are pretty close. Looking at them, Gaston and Kiffler. There's probably about maybe a second between them, maybe a bit more. So they will be battling hopefully at some point. So I've managed to get also down there, just clipping the curb. Don't want to be doing that, but I'll get away with it. There's lots and lots of grip on these exits now with all that rubber in line. You can see there. Up through the gears. And purple first sector then, 9.3 seconds then. So what was it, 9.6 wasn't it? So 3 tenths in the first sector alone, where of course slipstream helps, and I imagine Gaston would have got some slipstream through there. And of course it's mostly straight, so it's pretty impressive considering the sector. This middle sector is really will give us an indicator. Then I will need to be probably well under 9 seconds, I'd imagine, in order to be anywhere near them. by the end of the race. Like I said, the tyres might go off, but I don't expect they go off hugely, especially as Gaston, I think, pitted fairly recently. Kifler's been a bit longer out, but Gaston pitted only, I think, lap or two ago, so not long ago. Lap two before me, I mean. And a little bit wide there, never quite hooked up the apex there. What's the gap now? A little bit of oversteer on the curve there, and 8.6 seconds, so it's been a very good middle sector, actually. I've gained, what was it, 9.3, wasn't it? So I've gained 7 tenths in the middle sector alone. So it's looking okay, but it's still not enough, though, is it? That's a very good sector, but it's still not enough. And it was 9.6 then, so it looks like I'm going to be able to gain over a second a lap on them. But like I said, I needed effectively 2 seconds a lap. And 8.5 then, so 1.1 seconds I gained on that last lap, purple sector. When I skip ahead then to the final lap of the race, and looking at it then, what is the gap now? It is, unfortunately we don't actually get a gap there. But it's definitely a lot closer. You can see them on the mirror up, you can hear them now, we couldn't hear them before. And doing a 37.9 there, so about 8 tenths slower than I was. But hopefully they'll be slow. You can actually see them down this straight as well, so showing they're visually closer. I'm still on -1 on fuel though. I think I'm quite close. There we go, I'm already on optimal, so not too worried about that really. And 15 seconds to Jack first. We saw how close he was then when we came out of pits. I've gained, well, probably about 14 seconds on him. But not as much on the guys ahead, unfortunately. But it will spin there. You can see them ahead. They are pretty close, so if they make a mistake or battle heavily, we'll be able to get them then. But looking like they are too far ahead, unfortunately, to really challenge them. I'm going to go to lean now to make sure I can make it to the end. 10th out of my previous, and 3.5 then, so I had a pretty good couple of laps, must be said. I've not done bad at all. Started on, what was it, more or less 10 seconds, so 6.5 seconds I've gained on them in less than 5 laps. So it has been over a second a lap, but just not quite enough. And unfortunately, as you can see there, Gaston has managed to overtake Kifler, and it was a pretty clean overtake. There wasn't really any battling. Gaston pretty much went ahead of Kifler, and that was it. There wasn't really anything more to be said, in all honesty. Kifler never got ahead of Gaston. He's pretty close now, but he never really challenged him again. And it was a clean move. They didn't really battle for half a lap. I think it was just pretty much just full straight past him DRS, so that was it. Which I think if they battled for another couple of seconds, I probably would have been right on them. Just 3.1 now then, so it looks like I'll be sub 3 seconds come the end. Taking nice lots of curb here, just really pushing right to the end of this race. Never know what can happen. They could spin on the final corner with contact, but no, looks like they made it through cleanly. And Gaston is going to take the win in this race, so big congrats to him. And I think that's his first win. I'm not too sure. And there we go then. 3 plus 1 laps to give. That's obviously not right. 3.5 seconds then. That was back from Gaston then. So I'm happy with that. 6.5 seconds I gained effectively in that just 5 laps or so. And I can tell you the benefit of hindsight that Gaston was also on. He was on option tyres as well, same as me. So there would have been more worn than mine towards the end. But I could have pitted a lap, maybe even 2 earlier. I think Gaston pitted 2 laps earlier than me, and then I would have been right on their tail, I imagine, towards the end. But not bad at all to take a podium there. I'm happy with that. I'll take that, definitely. And as you can see here then with the championship table, that puts me quite comfortably then in the lead of this championship now. I'm a whole 22 points ahead of Onage with his disconnection, as you can see there. And of course, forgot to mention Gaston was actually new that race, and Firkin. Like I said, I'm now, as I'm commentating this, I've just raced Indian Grand Prix, so I'm 2 races ahead of you now, so you're catching up. But of course, I'm used to seeing them now, used to seeing them competitive as well. So another couple of fast guys. Firkin is also pretty quick. Not showing with his 11th place there, but he's actually pretty quick. So yeah, but Gaston there. First race, first win in the league, so pretty impressive stuff from him there. And I can also tell you that with the benefit of hindsight, once again, I think I might have just about been able to hold on to the win if I stayed out there. Of course, it depends how badly my tyres would have died at the end there, but if they didn't die too badly, I think I would have just been able to hold it off. It would have been very, very close, and I would have had at least a fighting chance. But as it was there, I just didn't have a chance, did I really? But yeah, it's better that. Better get a 3rd place than a sort of 5th or 6th, and, you know, fall back even further with completely destroyed tyres or a puncture or anything silly like that. So still happy with my result, and like I said, because I was disconnected, gives me a nice big, hopefully lead the championship with Suzuki next, of course.